Hey guys, Toast here, and welcome to another episode of Overwatch How to Play. This is a series that focuses on each Overwatch character's backstory, covers their basic mechanics and abilities, and discusses tips to play each character. Today's focus is Ana. As the Omnic crisis took its toll on Egypt, the country's depleted and understaffed security forces relied on elite snipers for additional support. Among them was Ana Amari. She was widely considered to be the world's best. Her superior marksmanship and instincts made her a natural choice to join the Overwatch strike team designed to end the war. Following the success of Overwatch's original mission, Ana served for a number of years as the Strike Commander Morrison's second-in-command. Despite her place within the organization, Ana refused to step away from combat operations. She remained on active duty well into her 50s until she was rumored to have been killed during a hostage rescue mission by Widowmaker. Ana, in fact, survived the encounter despite major wounds and the loss of her right eye. During her recovery, she struggled with the weight of her life spent in combat and chose to stay out of the world's growing conflicts. Though as time passed, she realized she couldn't sit idly by while people threatened her city and the innocents around her. Ana rejoined the fight to protect her country from the forces that would attempt to destabilize it and, more importantly, keep her family and closest allies safe. Now that we have a little backstory on Ana, let's take a look at the basic mechanics of this former Overwatch second-in-command. Ana fills the support role in this game and has 200 health with no armor and no shield. This puts her in line with the other supports on overall hit points, and combined with her great healing capabilities and debuffs, makes her a pretty solid force on any team. Ana's primary weapon is her biotic rifle. Ana's rifle shoots darts that can restore health to her allies or deal ongoing damage to her enemies. She can use the rifle's scope to zoom in on her targets or fire it from the hip with high accuracy. The fact that the rifle has two separate effects from the same exact shot depending on the destination target makes it really easy to use and allows you to be effective both at dealing damage and at healing simultaneously. Ana's first ability is called Sleep Dart. Ana fires a dart from her sidearm, rendering the enemy it hits unconscious for a 5-second period. The target is unable to move or use abilities during this period, however, any incoming damage will immediately awaken the target, instantly giving them back full mobility and use of all weapons and abilities. This ability is great to get a leg up on the enemy in one-on-one situations, or to get away from someone who's getting just a little too close for comfort. Sleep Dart has a 12-second cooldown. Ana's second ability is called Biotic Grenade. Ana tosses a biotic bomb that deals damage to any enemies and heals any allies within its small area of effect. Affected allies briefly receive increased healing from any and all sources, while affected enemies cannot be healed for a few moments. The ability is quite powerful as it's effectively 5 abilities in one. It can heal an ally, damage an enemy, heal Ana herself, buff healing received on an ally, and debuff an enemy to stop their healing received. To the best of my knowledge, this ability has the most potential effects of any regular ability in the game. The effects of Biotic Grenade last for 5 seconds, and it has a 10-second cooldown. Ana's ultimate ability is called Nano Boost. Ana provides one of her allies with a combat boost, allowing them to temporarily move faster, deal more damage, and take less damage from enemy attacks. This ability is only able to affect one ally for each use, so Ana will need to coordinate with her teammates to make the most out of this ability. It's often best used on a tank while initiating an objective push, as the added speed will allow the tank to move in quicker, the added damage mitigation will allow them to live longer, and the damage buff will allow them to be more lethal. The buff lasts for a total of 8 seconds or until the target dies. Let's move on to Ana's strengths and weaknesses. As mentioned previously, Ana's a support character, so to get the most benefit out of playing her, you're going to want to play on the backlines a bit. Ana's versatility is one of her biggest strengths. The fact that her primary weapon both heals and damages, and her Biotic Grenade has a total of 5 effects. Use this versatility to your advantage and try to utilize each of the effects whenever you can. Ana also has the strength of being the only support hero that can self-heal with one of her active abilities. Use this to extend your longevity in one-on-one battles. Ana's biggest weakness, however, is that shots from her primary weapon do delayed damage over time, not immediate damage, which gives targets the possibility of being able to retaliate or heal before they die, even if you've managed to get a couple shots on them. Now let's cover some tips and tactics to play as Ana. Ana's Biotic Grenade is one of her biggest advantages, so try to use it appropriately for the situation you find yourself in. If you're low on health, use it as a self-heal. If a teammate is low on health, use it to not only heal them, but buff the additional healing you can do to them with your primary. If you're up against an enemy who's weak, use it to do a little extra damage and stop them from being able to heal. Let your teammates know when your ultimate is ready and plan it with them accordingly. Your ultimate is dependent entirely on at least one teammate. Without somebody nearby and ready to cooperate, there's little effect your ultimate can have. Even if you're not using VoIP, use the in-game communication options to let your team know you're ready to buff. Oftentimes the in-game communication can be enough to coordinate a push if everyone's paying attention. Ana's both an amazing counter as well as an amazing counterpart to Mercy. If you have a Mercy on the opposing team whose healing is doing just enough to stop enemies from dying, Ana's Biotic Grenade can absolutely be the solution needed to stop the effectiveness of her healing. Conversely, if you have a Mercy on your team who's trying to keep certain players healed but perhaps having difficulty, Ana's Biotic Grenade can also be extremely effective at allowing Mercy to keep another player alive. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you feel better equipped to play Ana now, or if there's some aspects that I missed that you want to share. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.